What's up, guys? It's Dorian from Cravings, and today I have a brand new deck profile for you. It's a deck that I love, it's a deck that I cherish dearly, but it's a deck that I don't know how well it will see performance in the future. For me, it performs really well, so we're going to get right into it. This is, if you already clicked it, you already know, this is a Mystic Mine Burn deck profile. To start off with our monsters, we're only playing 6. We're playing 3 Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter is a easy chain after you activate your first card, including Pot of Extravagance, to, on your turn and their turn, banish cards, every card that goes to the grave, so it basically stuns them ahead of time. And if you end up going second and losing the die roll, then you just chain this on their first card and prevent salads or a lot of the better decks that can beat you, prevent them from playing. Then you've got 3 of the best card, maybe the second best card in the deck. I call this card because it's amazing. It's the only other monster we play. It's DD Guide. DD Guide, if you don't know the effect, is when this card is normal summoned, it activates its effect. Control of this card shifts to your opponent. During each player's end phase, your opponent selects 1 card from the graveyard of this card's controller and removes it from play. So this is an effect that people ignore a lot of times. It does activate under Mystic Mine, but if you don't activate Mystic Mine or Mystic Mine gets removed, you can banish a card from their graveyard when it activates because you give this card to them. So they take the DD Guide, which, yes, it's a monster, but it allows you to get Mystic Mine on the board without it killing itself. And those are our 6 monsters. Off to the rest of the deck. Of course, we play triple Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine, best card in the game right now. Every deck should play it as a side card at least. We play a couple pots. We play triple Pot of Duality and triple Pot of Extravagance. You can use Pot of Duality after Extravagance because it adds a hand, it doesn't draw. This shows the opponent what you're playing in your deck, so be a little restrictive with it in case you want to keep some surprises. But in case you need to get a card specifically that you're missing, this is the best card to grab, especially if they ash the Extravagance. Next, of course, is like the 3rd best card in our deck, Field Barrier. Field Barrier protects your Mystic Mine so that if you don't get DD Guide, it prevents Mystic Mine from destroying itself. It also prevents Mystic Mine from getting Twin Twisted or target popped by something on the field. It's a continuous effect though, so the only drawback to Field Barrier has, as you've probably seen in common plays versus matches, where the Mystic Mine gets banished or Cosmic Cyclone, and this prevents you from activating another field spell. So you have to find a way to get rid of this while it's on the board. Some people don't really care, so they try and get rid of both. And that allows you to get some room. But between me and you, if you get Cosmic Cyclone on the Mystic Mine and on the Field Barrier, you're kind of screwed. Demise of the Land. Demise of the Land says special summon. If the opponent special summons a monster, you can activate a field spell. It cannot be hand trapped. The only negative to this card that people do figure out is once they know you're playing, they try to prevent special summoning. And so if they normal summon a monster and you have a couple set cards and you haven't activated Mystic Mine, they know that you probably have this set and they're just going to keep swinging with the normal summon monsters, which did happen to me a few times. So you have to find a way to play through this without filling up your zones too much. For the burn, I maxed out pretty much entirely on the burn because I didn't think I was seeing it enough. I think maybe in the future cutting down Wave Motion Cannon and Cauldron to 2 each and then just playing more searchable draw cards or searching and drawing cards is better. But I maxed out in this way so that I could just open better hands. And opening better hands has been really good. So we've been doing that. Triple Wave Motion Cannon, triple Cauldron. It's not that bricky. It's just like you might open hands where you just don't have ways to mine, but you have ways to burn them. And then like they just get killed. God of Skulls Oracle, really good card. Don't pick up your deck and shuffle after I stack your deck, obviously. This card's great. People don't like it. They hate it. Everyone hates this card because you can look at their cards and they can't, and they think that you're always restacking the card that they need. So it creates a lot of animosity and anger. So I would watch out for this card specifically, but it is a very good card. You must play it at 3. Left Arm Offering. I played it at 2 because I hated banishing my whole hand. You also can't set the turn you activate it, so you're not going to be able to keep any counter traps. This is a very much use this later card, not a use this now card, unless you really need that mine and you open DD Guide. So I would probably bump this up to 3 and cut down one of the burn cards just to play more of it and use this as a card for later situation. And speaking of which, I would also bump this card up. Prohibition's been great. I played it at 2 because I thought it was very bricky in testing, but having this card specifically just to negate like their own monster effect. So if you know that they play a combo deck or a deck that starts off a particular card, you just sculled first, look at what they're going to draw, and prohibition that so they can't play the card. And then you're not worried about it too much. Otherwise, you're going to call Cosmic Cyclone or Evenly Matched or anything that's going to blow out your board and just sit on like base level protection. If you're lucky enough, you call this straight out of the gate, and in game 1 you get easy wins from people just thinking that they can't use their main deck out anymore, so this just stops it. It's at 1, so why not play it? Card Demise. It's also at 1, so why not play it? Terraforming. It's also at 1, so why not play it? It's Metaverse. Metaverse gets you your card. This can be ashed. Terraforming can be ashed. Card Demise can be ashed. I considered playing Call by the Grave instead, but if you already have the mine up, they can't ash you, especially if they have a monster through DD Guide, so it gets a little wonky. Then we're playing triple Dark Bribe and triple Judgment. Dark Bribe is great. Sometimes it's a lot of draw cards. You let them draw anyways. You're not going to negate the desires because they're going to get an extra draw. Dark Bribe has just been good for negating Cosmic Cyclone. Judgment, same thing. They pay the 1,000 anyways. You go down 4,000. That's pretty much it. What I've noticed with the deck that I do want to change is include some kind of dino removal. Now that a lot of people are playing dinos, when they summon a dino and they have Lost World up and they give you a token, it's like the worst thing in the world because you can't get rid of those monsters at all. I have no way in my deck of getting rid of those tokens, and so I need to build a way to get rid of those tokens. So what I started doing was just negating the Lost World, like counter trapping it, but you got to watch out for that. Triple Lightning Storm, the deck is built to go first, so the entire side deck is built to go second, except for a few cards. Shouts out to Cody for letting me borrow these. These are really dope. They're really useful when it comes to it, especially if you know that they're going to make a big board. Really, really relevant, really commonplace. I wish that these cards were lower so everyone could play them, but I don't even have my own set. Triple Dark Ruler for the Pendulum matchup for people who basically make big monster boards that prevent a lot of your monsters. Spiral, this is great against. Heroes, this is great against. Basically just anything to stop all the big monster boards. Very good. Removal, let's say you're playing against the Mirror, or let's say you're playing against Altergeist or a lot of back row decks. This is what it's for. It also clears front row, but this is good for back row. My few going first cards. To remove problems like my own cards, or again for more back row control decks. Heavy Storm Duster was only relevant because it also gets rid of my my field continuous that gets stuck after Cosmic, and Unending helped me a lot against Lost World and Dinos from them just like constantly activating Lost World and getting multiple copies of it. It's been really annoying, and it can't be protected, so you're good. But it's all for just back row control. And then finally, 2 cards that I definitely needed to see for the one-off removal cards for particularly Naturia Beast in BA, and a few other things that just prevent you from playing the game, especially going second. This needs to go up. I want to put this up, but like Lightning Storm was the better card of a few of the events that I played, but this, like, Lightning Storm's a spell. You can negate it. This can't be negated. This just tributes the monster and gets rid of it. So, like, it's a 1-card removal. I considered Lava Golem, especially because I don't normal summon. But should the time come, especially because I don't take DD Guide out sometimes, when you do want to normal summon still, you put this in. In fact, I would probably just, like, sub the DD Guides out for this and just hope that you see it, right? Most boards these days are just making them through the Dimension Shifter because they don't care about their banish. They just make a big board and everything gets banished anyways. That's why I have foreseen the thought of not playing Dimension Shifter and playing maybe some going second cards in the main deck. Maybe another Counter Trap, maybe Curse Seal. We'll see. But I don't really know what the future holds. The meme for the deck, for many events that I've played, is that I played a full Salomon Great extra deck. Because if they played Dinos with Lysigasm or had any other information on me and saw what I was playing in my extra deck, they would assume it was Salad. And then they would set up for Salad. And that was the funny joke that everyone enjoyed. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, subscribe, Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys have any tips or opinions. Remember, this is just my opinion of what the deck should look like, what I had fun playing, what I've had a very consistent schedule of winning with, and what my friends all hate me playing. But if you guys have any suggestions or things I should play for the future, please let me know in the comments below. Shouts out to everyone that I play with and everyone that is willing to test with me on this deck, because it is very hard to find people who are willing to test Mystic Mind Burn. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.